A few extra seconds of footage of that Manchester airport incident have emerged which precede the viral video of the cop kicking the Muslim boy while he's on the ground. Something to bear in mind first. Criminal investigation launched into source of CCTV footage given to Manchester Evening News. There was much outrage over the original video. That abated quite a lot when the footage was released, which showed that fully 4 airport cops had been attacked by the Muslim lad on the ground. If that had not been leaked, all we'd still have would be a video of the airport cop kicking the Muslim boy. But the police regulator seems to think it could be criminal to release such footage. For what possible reason? I'll come back to that, but for now this is the new footage. I won't be playing the video on YouTube because I'm hoping to avoid YouTube sanctions. If you haven't seen it, you can see it in this Twitter comment. The link is in the description of this video. I've taken screenshots which I will talk through here. This is the new, earlier footage. The cops are approaching a blue tracksuit boy at the vending machine in the middle there, and he becomes aware of their presence. In these images, the cop grabs him round the neck. It's been suggested this is a punch. It's almost certainly not a punch, and that wouldn't even make sense. Now the bloke in the shorts is taking an interest. Blue tracksuit is released somehow, and now Shorts is attacking the cop who originally grabbed blue tracksuit, and this is where we get the previously released footage. While Shorts is still punching the cop, blue tracksuit is now punching another cop in the middle. That's where he punches the female cop, and you might have noticed that Shorts has now stopped punching the cop he was punching. Blue tracksuit right of centre is now punching his third cop, and since Shorts has stopped punching the cop on the left, that cop now fires a taser at him. Blue tracksuit is kneeling down on the far right. He sees the tasering, starts running across and starts laying into that cop, so that's fully 4 cops that blue tracksuit has now attacked. They end up on the floor, and that's where the viral video starts of the cop kicking him in the head. Remember, we didn't see any of that at all initially. So the additional 10 seconds shows where the cops approach from behind, and one of them grabs the bloke around the neck, which doesn't seem to particularly incriminate them. Other video clips have emerged of other parts of the confrontation which don't add too much to the picture. And we have some hints as to what might have started all this. Police probe violent disturbance at Manchester Airport Starbucks before man kicked in head. Police said they are investigating 3 events leading up to the widely shared footage. Greater Manchester Police said the first event is an altercation between passengers from Qatar Airways flight, etc. from Doha to Manchester, which arrived at 7:20 p.m. A spokesman said the altercation may have taken place during the flight or afterwards in the Terminal 2 baggage hall. Police are also probing a violent disturbance involving members of the public in the Terminal 2 Starbucks at approximately 8:22 p.m, the Manchester Evening News reports. And then what we already know, GMP said this was then followed by the assault of 3 police officers which occurred in the Terminal 2 car park paypoint area at 8:28 p.m, which resulted in the 3 officers receiving head injuries, including a broken nose. So the police are suggesting that these 2 Muslim boys may have been involved in a dust-up on the plane, followed by a dust-up in Starbucks. Trouble in Starbucks, airport cops are called in, cops approach suspects, cops make to grab the chief suspects from behind, and the rest follows. Without the closed-circuit TV footage, none of this would be known. All you'd have is a cop kicking an apparent innocent Muslim boy on the ground. With the CCTV footage, you have the Muslim boys going ballistic on the cops, and we've teased out a possible motive, the trouble possibly on the plane and in Starbucks. But the police watchdog is not happy about you knowing any of this. This referral, whilst considering other possibilities, relates to whether someone employed by the force may have shared footage relating to an active police investigation without a legitimate policing purpose. We are in the early stages of an independent investigation which will consider whether there is any evidence to suggest this was provided by someone working for GMP, and if so, the justification for this may have been shared without a legitimate policing purpose, and if so, what is the justification for this? Speculative justification here. The police who leaked the footage, there is no doubt that it was the police who leaked it, would like it known that they didn't just start randomly kicking an innocent Muslim boy in the head, but that he had, prior to that, been punching them, which is absolutely now beyond dispute. And allegedly something was kicking off either on the plane or in Starbucks or in both locations, which is why it seems the cops approached them in the first place. But the police watchdog are doing their level best to undermine that closed-circuit TV footage release. Footage which basically exculpates the cops. It might still be seen as somewhat excessive to have kicked him in the head, but it does go an awful long way to exculpating them, and the police watchdog seems to want to undermine the release of this footage. This is very strange. I believe our little friend here, who attacked fully 4 airport cops, 1, 2, 3 and 4, has not yet been charged with anything, nor do I think he will be.